rigid, you got the lifetime service agreement. They'll fix it for the lifetime of the machine. Right from the get-go, it folds up nice. So if I take this on the job, this thing actually can fit in my front seat.
Hey, what's up? Barnaby here. So you want to know more about this rigid, straight blade benchtop planer? Well, it's got 3 cutter heads powered by a 15-amp motor, spinning them at about 9,000 RPMs. And they say that it provides a blemish-free finish when you're planing wood, right? So we're going to get to the bottom of all that to figure out if what they say is true with this dude right here, Ken Zaagman. And we put this tool into your hands because when I met you at a home builder association get-together, what struck me about you is he builds coffins, but that's on the side, right?
Yep.
Custom coffins. And we're going to talk to you about that, but also about what you use this for, if not in the building of coffins, and how it performed, what you thought about its design, its quality, and its value. So besides building coffins, what do you do?
I do home remodeling.
Yeah.
So we go from putting in windows and putting on siding and doing roofing to doing kitchens, custom work, custom cabinetry, bookshelves and stuff around fireplaces.
Nice.
And that's where a planer comes in handy. We got to plane stuff down to match existing stuff or to make new things.
Well, looking at your portfolio as regards coffins, because let's face it, I'm fascinated by this. You actually make bookshelves that is a coffin, and so when you get done, you take the books out, put the body in, and that's it?
That is it.
Clever. All right then, well, let's talk about your perception of the performance here. What did you specifically use this for?
This here we use to make rough sawn lumber like cherry, make it smooth, and it makes it baby smooth. It comes out the other end.
Really, no sanding necessary? So
Yep.
It's not a rough planer, this is like a finished planer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, well, so as far as, comparing it to other planers you've used, rate the performance on this thing. How did you like it?
This did very well. It grabbed onto the piece and just pulled it right through, and didn't bog down a bit, even on the wider pieces that we use.
So of all the planers you've used, middle of the stack, top of the stack, where do you think?
This is quite a bit higher up on the list. It's got that powerful motor on it, and it just pulls it through, no problem.
All right, well, we're on the leading edge of design right there, as you talked about that feature. So let's continue on down that road. Take me through the machine and tell me what you like and maybe don't like about it.
Right from the get-go, it folds up nice. So if I take this on the job, this thing actually can fit in my front seat.
Okay.
So both sides do have the same flip-down panel on it.
Did you put a seatbelt on it?
I do put a seat belt on it.
Yeah, because otherwise you get the bing, 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 right? Okay, so continue on.
So it has a slip type of material on it, so your piece actually slides on it without getting hung up. It has automatic feeders underneath there that actually spin and pull the piece through automatically. You don't actually have to be pushing it through. You just set it in there and it just pulls it through all by itself.
Okay.
Right in the front here has the depth gauge.
Yep.
So you slide your piece in there and it tells you right away how much you're about to cut off, or if you're about to cut too much off, where it won't pull it through the machine well.
Yeah.
On-off switch has a safety switch, so if you leave your tools in the shop and you have kids, or in my case, sometimes if the tool's left on the job, we'll pull the safety pin to make sure that none of the kids that are living at the place hurt themselves.
Wouldn't want to tussle with this machine.
So
Right.
they have a lockdown feature, which after you spin it down, you can lock it in place, which holds this thing firm no matter what piece you stick through there. And then it also has on the side here, we have a repeat cut gauge. It goes from 1/8 to 1 3/4 inches.
Right.
And that's so you can repeat cut through and through with multiple pieces. I have another machine that I've used in the past that doesn't have this, and I wish it did. So that's a very useful option.
Okay, let's talk about the serviceability of this, because you're putting lumber through and you don't really know what's inside sometimes. And all of a sudden, you hit a nail and you're like, flip the cutter head around. How hard is it to get to it?
It's not too hard to get to it, and you'll know right away on the other side when the board is coming through that you've chipped it.
Right.
Because it'll be a raised spot where the chip is.
Sure.
So it's just real simple. Just 2 Allen bolts.
Mhm.
They comes with its own tool to pull that off.
Nice.
That pops open, and the cutter heads are right there. There's Allen wrenches on that, and each cutter head can be popped off, flipped around, or new ones are not very expensive
Sure.
to replace it if you wreck both sides of it.
Okay. By its very nature, this creates a lot of chips, right? Planing wood down. And so let's talk about removal of chips. Does it all come out here, or does it just kind of sit in here and have to be swept out?
Now, this machine does a very good job of picking up the dust and just blowing it right out the backside. I mean, you hook the vacuum onto it, and it'll blow it down the hose even if you don't turn the vacuum on. But you're still going to want to turn the vacuum on.
Okay, absolutely. Otherwise, you just fill the hose up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and so let's talk about the quality. What do you think? Is it going to stand up over time, or is it got a question mark attached to it?
This is a very solid machine. You pick it up, feels solid. It's got some weight to it, so it's not going to be moving around on you. And again, with Rigid, you got the lifetime service agreement. They'll fix it for the lifetime of the machine, no matter what's wrong with it. And if they can't fix it, they replace it. So.
Okay, that's cool. So then, if somebody asked you, I mean, and it's a position a lot of contractors get in, right? Hey, man, I'm thinking about buying this tool. What do you think? What would you tell them about this?
I'd say go ahead and buy it. It's priced right, and you're getting a good value out of it. So.
All right. Well, you know what? That's all it takes. Is just a little insight. That's what you're looking for. That's why you came to toolselect.com. And do this for us. If you have any questions, we're not done with the Q&A here just because the segment is coming to a close. You can become a member of toolselect.com and go into our community and ask all sorts of questions, specific ones. You can also be that expert. When people do ask questions, you could be the one to answer based on your experiences. A lot of give and take going on here at toolselect.com.